Welcome back, everybody. High Tech Lab here, part 3 of this solar panel reconfiguration series. It's 6:35 a.m. and the sun is just barely coming up right now. My allergies are stuffy as heck, but I wanted to get out here and show you guys what the mornings look like here on the ranch. If you imagine I had panels facing the south, you'd be able to tell instantly that they would not be at an optimal angle for the way the sun is coming up right now. And also, these shipping containers that we have are creating a lot of shadow. It shouldn't take a genius to realize that moving these panels out here in the field are going to get me a lot more morning sun because there will be far less obstruction from the shipping containers. Anywho, today I'm going to be doing a trench for the electrical, so I'm getting started figuring that out, so stay tuned for more. In this trench, I have a 2-inch PVC pipe for water, a 2-inch PVC pipe for electrical, a 1-inch PVC pipe for water, and a 1-inch pipe for electrical as well. And the 1-inch electrical pipe will just carry data like Cat5 and stuff. This is going out to where we're going to build a metal building in the future, but for now I have all my solar panels all over the place. There's some more over here, and I'm just trying to get these all out in the field where they're out of the way. And I'm tired of driving over the cables and stuff. If you look, I have the 1-inch seal tight running through here for the old solar array. That's all gonna kind of go away, and it'll be pulled through these pipes. Working on reconfiguring my solar panels. I'm here in the electrical room, and what I'm going to do is run a pipe. Now this is over where my Outback charge controllers are, and I conveniently have the wireway, so I could easily run wire through. What I need to do is take out that conduit fitting that's up there, and run a pipe across the ceiling, and poke out through the wall to meet up with the 2-inch pipe that I ran in a previous video. And from there I'm going to put some strut on the ceiling, which will require me to take this light fixture down. And then from there I'm going to run some 2-inch EMT and then an LB fitting into the wireway. And then coming over here I will run a female adapter on the PVC pipe. That's where I'll transition pretty much at the wall. I'll have an LB on the outside and then run down into my trench. More as it happens. Okay, so we are back. Now, my original plan was to run a piece of EMT across the ceiling so that I had metal inside. Unfortunately, I was not able to find in my supplies a female adapter that would go from the PVC pipe into the EMT fitting. So instead, I just ran a solid piece of PVC pipe across and then used the female adapter into my conduit body that then goes into the wireway. I then attached it to the ceiling with a few pieces of unistrut and some strut straps, and it actually came out quite nice in here. Not exactly what I desired, but sometimes you need to adapt and overcome, and I already have the wire pulled in. I got that done first thing this morning, so let me show you what it looks like on the outside. So here we are outside. You can see pretty clearly I have the LB coming out of the wall and then a 45-degree fitting to make a kick. Now I did need to heat up that 45-degree fitting a little bit to unbend it to about 30 degrees. And this is attached nicely. I have a piece of strut down below, and there is an expansion fitting coming out of the ground. And I set that preloaded a little bit, so if this container were to sink, that expansion fitting would allow that to take place. And then if I ever needed to lift the container back up a little bit to level it out, that would take care of that as well. I haven't run the 1-inch line for my data communication yet, but I will do that later when I need it. For now, it's in the trench. It's going to sit empty and be ready to go for a future use. Now, like I mentioned a minute ago when I was inside of the electrical room, I do already have the wire pulled through here. I have a black and red number 6. Actually, there's 2 sets of that, so a total of 2 blacks and 2 reds, as well as a number 6 green for a grounding conductor. Let me show you the other end where I am going to connect this in to my combiner box. So on the inside of my combiner box, I have a 6x6 junction box, and this feeds out into a 1-inch seal-tight conduit. That seal-tight conduit's going to stay, but this also has the same 2 sets of number 6 of each color and ground pulled through it. So I'm just going to relocate this and tie into that conduit run back to the main electrical room. So here at the other end of the trench, I've done some fill-in work already, and I have my post here with junction box and this post is just in the dirt for now. I will probably not concrete this in any way because it's going to be in the way when we have our metal building, and I can easily hook onto this with the tractor to pull it out of the ground. I'm going to show you inside this box now. So here we are inside of the junction box where the 2-inch conduit stubs in. I have a hole here on the left, and that's where the 1-inch seal tight going to that server cabinet combiner box is going to end up. And then these are the sets of wires, and I have labels on them for which charge controller they are, black being negative, red being positive, and then I have my green ground wire in there. So this is going to be where I splice everything. Now, since this box is not going to be permanent when we have the metal building, I'll probably land these wires into an electrical panel. I left a bunch of length, like 5 feet of length in the electrical room. That way I can pull the wire back through the pipe and land it into an electrical panel or whatever necessary, means we have when the metal building's up. But for now, I can make my splices in here onto that 1-inch seal tight and connect on the solar panels and finish moving those. And I don't have the solar panels moved in place yet, but that is certainly the next step.